What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh and I am just your average Joe day trader. Hey, it's actually Saturday afternoon, September 20th, and I normally don't do a Saturday video. I normally wait for the Sunday night market open at 8 p.m. so we can see what does the S&P 500 do. I'm actually considering doing some live videos on Sunday nights at the 8 p.m. hour when the market opens. So if anybody wanted to jump in and be part of a live, be part of the comments, then we can actually do a S&P 500 party. We can see what's going to happen with the market on Sunday night, 8 p.m. live, and talk about the market and look at the conditions and maybe do some trending and tracking and things like that. That might be actually something that we create for the members area that was just created new. So if you want to become a member, go ahead and jump into the member button, hit the member button, join, and you can take a look at that. We're still working on a lot of that content and what's going to actually be a part of the membership. But if you want to be part of the AJDT family, then please join, jump in, become part of our membership. Be awesome to have you there. Continue to support the channel, support what we're doing. Me specifically trying to build this channel up to be the best that we can so that we can continue to help other people make money on the average Joe day trade, best day trading stocks. Let me put that list up here for you real quick so you can see what that list is. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and pause the video, take a screenshot, take a picture. But these are the stocks that I look at every single morning, every Sunday night, pretty much every night and every morning to understand the trend, to look at and build my box strategy and just understand kind of what's happening to prepare myself for the next day market open. We're going to spend some time today because on the video that I did yesterday, Friday market update, I didn't talk at all about really one stock that's very important to many of us, and that is Big Bear AI, BBAI. I'm actually going to spend some time doing a little bit of charting and trending on BBAI with you here on this video. We're going to look at the levels and understand what's happening. We're going to build our box strategy for the Sunday night into Monday opening. So you can do that with me in this video and see how I do my box strategy. We're also going to correct the ceiling and the floor based on the 5-day range, 30-minute. And I always look at the 1 hour and the daily to build out my charting. So we're going to do that in this video for BBAI. We're also going to do it for AMPX because that thing is on fire. And we're going to do it for QS because QS is one that I just got into, made a bunch of money yesterday, and I don't have charting on it. I don't have levels on it. And I want to understand on Monday what potentially QS could be doing because it hasn't made the all-time high. It hasn't hit the last all-time high, which was, I believe, somewhere around $15. So let's just jump right into it. Let's get into the charts and take a look. But first, we're going to start with BBAI. If you did not know, BBAI Army, we hit $7 per share. That was in the post market on Friday before the actual market shut down. Before we get there, look at the S&P 500 just as a reminder so you can see nothing but consistent since September 2nd, consistent all the way up 664.55, 663.70 close, 663.42 when the market shut down at 8 p.m. Let's get right into BBAI and take a look. I mean, like, man, look at the levels on this thing right now. Now, I already have a lot of support and resistance levels built in. We're going to kind of double check and verify some of those levels to see how they play with the current day's tracking and trending. And so you're going to get to see how I do that. If nothing else, maybe a little bit of an educational video for somebody that doesn't quite understand how to chart, how to look at the levels and all that. I hope it helps. I hope that this is a great video for you. And I hope that you're in BBAI with me. I know that one of our subscribers loaded up at $4.80. Shout out to you, brother. Good job. And hopefully you're not out of it yet because BBAI is not ready to stop yet. I don't believe we're going to have a pullback. At some point, it will pull back and we'll have a little bit of a retest, but that's natural. Every stock's got to breathe a little bit. I just don't think we're there yet with BBAI. BBAI really just got started over the last 5, 6, 7 days of trading days, and I think it's got a lot more room to go. And as long as the S&P 500 continues to be in a bull run, stocks like this, BBAI, are going to continue in the bull run. Also, there's a lot of good news, a lot of catalyst news pushing BBAI. So we'll see what happens. Let's kind of first start this. So, all right, we're already in this 5-day, okay? So we're going to look at a 5-day range, and I'm going to a 30-minute. and this is how I build the floor and the ceiling, because I want to understand over the next 5 to 7 trading days, what is my top level and what is my bottom level. And if I see it heading specifically down towards my floor, well, then I know it's in trouble. And so I may pull out of a position and take profit if I'm already in it and let it run back down. So first, you can see here, we've got 2 lines here. Let me fix this one because this is definitely not where it should be. We're going to make it a little bit thicker. There you go. So this was over the last 7 days, the last 5 days, basically, trading days, that was the ceiling. But you can see now that our ceiling is no longer at this $6.43 range. So we're going to unlock it, and we're going to take this, and let's see, make sure my magnets are on. Okay, magnets are on. And we're going to go ahead and let's get a little bit bigger. And so we can take this all the way up here, and we're going to lock it in place. Boom, $6.99.8. So basically $7, right? That's where it locked in on the top of that candle. If we were to jump up just a hair, we would hit that $7, but I'm going to leave it here at $6.99.8. And we are across that path. So goodbye $6 into 7s. It's going to pull back a little bit Sunday night into Monday. You have to know that. So we'll still be living in the $6 range, but now we know where it wants to go. It wants to go to that $7 range. Let's come back down to here and let's see. So what you're going to do is count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're pretty much still there. We're going to move this one up a little bit. Let's unlock it. And we're going to move this one up to this range right here. So $5.09, and we're going to lock that in place because that is our new floor. We're also going to hit on this one, and we're going to lock this one in place because, a lot of times I grab my charts and I'm moving things around, and I always end up pulling these and moving them. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even remember where that was, where that level was. All right, so that's the range, 5 days, 30 minutes. Now we're going to go to the hourly, okay? And we're going to actually hit on the daily, and then we're going to go to the hourly, 1 hour. All right, and that kind of, it kind of resets the chart a little bit. So now you see we've got days upon days upon days, and we're going to just understand what's happening here. So first of all, we're not at all-time highs here by any means, right? You can see, let's pull this down. You see I've still got the levels there. So you can see this blue line is the sky's limit, $9.89. We were there, okay, at one point. Let's just kind of look left. We always say look left, look left, look left. Okay, so 1049, look left, look left, look left, look left. See, I just grabbed that yellow line and moved it because it wasn't locked in place. All right, so pretty good. So that's where we know we want to be. $10.49 is that next high, but we're not there yet. We're still at $6.99, $7. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this back up a little bit, and we're going to see on our charting, okay, that's the 737. We've got this 768, which is another high, but it doesn't actually interlock with anything. It might. So let's go ahead and pull this one down, and let's lock it in place here. Boom. 769. Okay, 768, 769. And we can see if we open it up a little bit, we can see that that does hit multiple points right here. So we're good with that. We'll leave that one in play. But what you want to do is when you're charting, you want your line. I know I've got a lot of noise on this graph, right? I'm going to get rid of this yellow line because that actually was an average line for the box strategy. And let's just see here. Okay, so 737, 769, we're going to leave those because those are good goals to hit at. And then if we can break this 769 at some point in the next couple trading days, 883 is my next level. 884 really, but 883.5. So that's our next level. And listen, nothing would make me happier to see BBAI continue on this uptrend. Here's the thing right now, okay? The thing right now, let's go to the 30-minute on this. The thing about this right now is we need to have this hold, okay? We need to have this break this ceiling of $7, okay? We're already above this 690 resistance level. We broke through that once here, twice, came and, got rejected a couple times at it and broke it right in. It's in his post market. It's not even during the market day Friday. Post market broke it, but it's showing us, it's basically saying like, hey, Josh, average Joe day trader, hey, AJDT family, we want to break this $7 range. We want to go to $7.37. What happened was we ran out of time because on a Friday night where the market shut down at 8 p.m., even though this is a 24-hour stock, the market's closed 100% come Friday night, 8 p.m. So right now we're waiting to break the $7. So this is good news, okay? We wanted to break above $7, and even if it uses this ceiling as a support level, we then want to see this launch and break 737. If it can break 737 and hold it, it's going to 769 and then onward and upward. So BBAI. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. Let's build my box strategy. Since you're here with me, let's go ahead and have some fun. I'm going to show you how I do this. So first thing I do is I go here and click on this, grab my rectangle. All I'm doing is I'm taking the high and the low of the trading day. I'm not worried about post and pre-market, but since we've already broke the $7, we're going to go ahead and take it from the low of the day, market open. So we're going to start here. We're going to pull it up. We're going to get to this point, the high of the day, and then we're going to come all the way up here to this point, the high of the post market, just because it's already there. So let's build our box strategy around that. Click it. There's my box. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get off auto. We're going to pull this down, come across, and what I'm doing is I'm grabbing my box from the edge and I'm bringing it all the way across into the next trading day post market. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to figure out, okay, and we're going to lock this in place. So let's get the box. Let's lock it in place so we can't mess it up. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add 2 support and resistance levels. I'm going to add 1 support and 1 resistance level, but the 2 levels. So we're going to get the horizontal line. We're going to go right here on this anyway, even though this is our ceiling. Okay, and we're going to leave it as red. I'm going to change it as blue. We're going to change it to blue. Sky's the limit, okay? We want to break that. Sky's the limit. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to grab another line and come down here, boom, hit that 628. So that's going to be our support level, and we're going to lock that in place, okay? We're also going to grab the blue, lock it in place, okay? Now what we need to figure out is from 628 to 698. It's about 70 cents. So 70 cents is 35 cents is the middle. So at 663 is going to be another line. And we're going to plop it right there. It looks good. We're going to make that yellow. And that's what you saw in the earlier chart. And so now we're making it a little brighter yellow. So that is my line. And look at that, 662.5, pretty close. But we're going to go here because we want that to be 63, dead on, done. Man, see that? And my son tells me I suck at math. Anyway, we're locked in. So now what we're hoping to see is we don't really want to see on Sunday the gap down. We don't want to see BBAI turn around and running back to this. Now we're going to call it a support level, because if it drops through here, well, now this becomes a resistance level and will live within this channel. Now, if it lives within the channel, I'm okay, as long as we don't break this bottom support level and come back down, right? Because if it breaks through this 628, basically, it's coming back down to 596. It's going to 509. It's going to this 496. We don't want to see that. We don't want to get back to those numbers. We want to continue this upward momentum. So now I'm going to put my auto back on. I've got my box strategy. If I go to the 15-minute, I like it. I've got my box strategy ready to go for Monday morning, Sunday night, Monday morning. Excited to see what's going to happen. So that is done. Let's also look at AMPX. All right, and let's do the same thing for AMPX. Now you're going to see my levels on AMPX. We're literally at what was the ceiling. Here's the floor. So let's do the same thing. 5-day range, 30 minutes. Look at that beautiful run for AMPX. My goodness. Okay, we're going to take the ceiling, unlock it, and we're going to move it up because our new ceiling is right there. $12.08. That's crazy. And then let's pull it out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're still pretty much here. Let me lock this in place. We're still pretty much here on this one. We're going to unlock it. And I'm just going to move it up a hair because basically that is the floor right there. Boom. And you see it touches this rejection and all these rejections. So now we're good. Now we have our floor. We have our ceiling. Thank you, Carlos, my brother-in-law. This is actually his way of doing things, and I adopted it, and I love it. And I know that many of you also are using this strategy. It's an awesome one. But now let's go back to the daily, and then we're going to go to the 1 hour, and we're going to pull it back across, okay? And all our levels are pretty strong. I would say this might actually be a new, support area right here, but it's so close to where we're at on the 1063, so we're going to leave it. But let's go ahead and build our box strategy. So let's go to 30 minutes, and let's get off the auto, pull it down. So I got a little bit more room to work with here, but I want to actually bring it out a little bit. It's going to make the box look a little bigger. We're going to grab a box, and we're going to go here, okay? Start the box, bring the box up, and we come over, okay? Whoops, didn't lock in place. All right, locked in place. Now what we're going to do, and let's go back to a 15-minute on there. Okay, let's go back to auto. All right, and we're going to grab this box and pull it all the way across into that post market right there. Boom. And we're going to lock it in place. So now we have for AMPX basically our box strategy. We know we want to live in that box strategy. Now, one more thing to do. You all know what it is, right? Let's figure out the median here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add that level right here. So let's go to 1210. Boom, done. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and add another line. And that's going to be basically on here. That one's going to stay red. This one up here, that's the red one. We're going to make that one blue. Okay. So now we got it. Let's pull it back up. Get back up here. Okay. Let's get back in here. Now, 1140 to 1210. Yeah, from 1140 to 12 is 60 cents to 1210 is 70 cents. So now we know that's our middle. So we have, again, 35 cents. So let's grab a new line, and we're going to, boom, let's see if we got on it again. 1178, not even close. So that's going to be 2 cents, 3 cents, boom, 1175. That's our middle. We're going to make that yellow, and that's going to live there. Lock it in place, lock it in place, lock it in place, and our box, lock it in place. There you go. There's our box strategy for AMPX. All right, now QS. This is the one that I really want to take a good, strong look at. So we're going to have to do some homework on this one together, okay? We're actually going to have to go to the daily and first understand what's going on here. You can see that, wow, it's had an amazing run, hard drop, and now an amazing run. So what you could actually say is, oh man, see, I don't love this so much now. But this candle right here has a high of $15.03. So we're going to go ahead and take that, and we're going to lock that in place. Boom. We're going to make that one blue because that is our all-time high on this one. Let's lock it. Let's look left. Okay, 1386. Okay, not the all-time high. Take it back. Ooh, doggy. Man, look at this thing. Wow. $43.08. Ooh, my gosh, there's so much room in this thing. Oh my gosh, look at this. $132.73. I'm going to add a line up here. Never going to see it for a long time. We're going to make that one gold. That is the golden candle. Okay? That's pretty incredible. That's okay. We don't need that one right now. We don't need that one right now. Look, our golden candle. We're staying in our golden candle. Let's go back to auto. We are here on the daily. We're pretty much going to say that this is basically our ceiling right now. Let's go to the 5-day and do the 30-minute. Let's do that. Whew, man, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a line. Let's change that line to a thicker line. We're going to make that a dashed line. We're going to make it white. And we're going to come here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be the bottom right there. Okay, why that made it red, I don't know. Lock it in place, boom. And we make it white. And we got to go back to the dotted line. Okay, there you go. We got to make that a little bit thicker. Okay, done. I bet you my gold line's super thick and white all the way up there. All right, so that's done. Lock it in place. Okay, then we want to go here, 1345, and we're going to create another one, horizontal trend line, and we're going to this right here, magnet pop. Okay, made it red again because that's my, my default. White, dotted line or dashed line, make it thicker, and that's my ceiling. So over the 5 trading days, here's my ceiling, here's my floor. So, obviously if it heads back to the floor, listen, this is great if it heads back to the floor. It heads back to the floor, this is the buy zone for me because it's going to turn around and break back up. You hope that this is a level of support, rejects it and pushes it back up, but we'll see. I don't think we're going to have this ceiling very long. I think this is going to continue to run with all the news sentiment and everything that's going on. So now let's do box strategy on it. Okay. For me, honestly, we're going to leave this. This was a 1288 resistance level we broke through. We're going to leave that there potentially as a support level. And we're going to add one right here too. Let's just see what happens here. Let's go here and let's lock it. Let's do the look left and let's see if it touches at any point. Okay. Okay, boom, look at that. It touched many points right there. So we're going to call that, and it touched that point right there. So we're going to call that, yeah, there's a lot of points. So more than 3, which is all I look for. So we're going to leave that there, and that'll be another resistance level that we don't want to come back down. We can test it, support, move back up, but we know we've got that, we've got that, we've got our floor. We'll just leave it at that for now. And if it starts going in this direction, we may need to spend more time on the support levels. But let's also do the box strategy. So let's go to the 15 minute real quick. Okay, see it's still doing that. Come down, okay? And it's hard to do the box strategy sometimes with the new ceilings. I'm just gonna tell you because of where we're at. But let's do the box. Let's start here, come all the way up. We're gonna hit that white line there basically, and let's pull it across into the post market on Monday. Okay, we're locked and loaded. Okay, but I want to lock my box back up. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull this down because that's supposed to be here. Okay, we're going to make that one blue. And then we're pretty close to this support level. So I think what I'm going to do, because this is my box strategy, I think I'm going to leave that there. Because this actually does in the pre-market, it actually hit that point where it rejected back up. So I'm not gonna build another one here, but I am gonna figure out where the center is here. All right, so that is actually $1.45 from the bottom to the top, 1337. All right, so it's 72.5, so it's 72.5 cents. So we're gonna do 72 to be safe. We're gonna go ahead and drop it in there, okay, and then we're going to grab it and pull it up, 72. And then we're going to make that one yellow. We're going to lock that one in place, and then we have our channel, and so hopefully we don't come down in that channel. All right, that is it, everybody. Listen, thank you so much for being here. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. I wish you an awesome, awesome trading experience Sunday night into Monday morning or Monday during the day after the bell rings, depending on how you trade and what you're looking at. I just want you all to make money. This is not financial advice, just my opinions, me sharing with you how I go to business every day, charting, tracking, trending, and looking at the stocks, preparing myself for the next trading day. Even if it's not a Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night, I do this just about every night, looking at my stocks to understand what I'm going into the next morning. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. And if you want to become a member, join. I would love to have you here as a member. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you Sunday night, tomorrow night for the S&P 500 Gap Up Party. Josh out. Peace.